Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is CMG Talk. This is Catherine Gallagher. Welcome, and thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to talk about the term that often people say in day-to-day conversations, or maybe they talk about it in work, or it might even be on a social media platform or in the media. In day-to-day life, sometimes people talk about relevant. Relevant. Is this relevant? In what way would you see this as relevant? Or they even refer to themselves as being relevant. I'm a relevant person, right? This is a topic of relevance. I am relevant. Right now, in today's world, right now, what is happening to us now, I am relevant, right? Does relevant mean anything to you? Is it a term that you would use, apply to yourself, to others, to people you know? Is it something you would only apply to a certain social group, particular group? Would you say that's for that group there? I would talk about them and whether they were relevant. It might be, people that you look up to. It might be someone that you see with their media, with their writing, an author. It might be, even if they've written something a long time ago, you would say it's still relevant in today's world. We can still apply this in today's world. Yeah, poems. You're going, Catherine, you're getting very deep here, right? But sometimes people will say things, people will introduce things, people will talk about particular subjects, and it might even be that it's something like a saying like this will pass, which isn't something that was termed in this generation. It was termed a long time ago in Shakespearean and other types of terminology. We hear people say terms that we know have come from, it might be, great thinkers, speakers. And we listen and we connect and we decide to pass it forward to share. Because we see the relevance. This is still relevant. It still has meaning. Relevance for me, I don't know about you, but the word and the terminology of relevance is meaning for me. I'm relevant. I'm on point. I'm at the forefront of something. But I wonder if it's something or a terminology that you can relate to. Sometimes when you hear that word, I'm a relevant person. I have relevance. This has relevance. Whether you connect to that, or whether you would use a different word, whether you would use this is meaning, right? We have many different sayings, many different terminologies that we will use generation to generation to generation. And it's just, we've changed it up, switched it up. We use different types of ways of saying things that have a relevance to our society, our generation, our group within our peers, that allow us to say, this is relevant to us. We belong. We share this common language, this common connection, this common bond. And it's all about that, isn't it, in society? It's all about having relevance, being relevant. Feeling that we have value, we are validated if we share a common interest, a common thread. Finding our place, knowing where we are, feeling a sense of belonging, feeling we connect, we have relevance, we have meaning, we have a purpose, we know where we are, who we are, we understand, at least in some part, if not the most part, what we're about. And it doesn't always come related to age. We often hear people say they've got an old head on a young shoulder, right? Because sometimes people who are younger have an older set of wisdom. But equally, it's the other way around as well. Finding a sense of our own worth and value is about respecting ourselves. Respecting who we are, isn't it? Seeing what we contribute. Finding that purpose. And it's unique to our own sense of worth. People often say, I don't contribute in any meaningful way. I have no relevance in that way. I haven't been innovative. I haven't created some kind of big, creative, innovative purpose. I'm not leaving anything behind when I leave this world. I didn't create the television or the telephone. No, somebody else did that, right? But I didn't do something that people will remember me by. Well, I beg to differ. We all make our mark in the world. Recently, we have seen people who thought through time and through generations and through having lost many loved ones along the way that they had passed and probably thought they were forgotten. But by the very nature of what had happened to them, many people came together to celebrate their legacy in their life. People that didn't know them got together and stood by them as they were, and their life has been celebrated, at their service when they had passed. When they had died, a notice went out and said, this person doesn't have any living relatives. And so many people turned up and showed up to actually celebrate this person's life, honour and commemorate this person. Because contact had been lost along the way. And even people that didn't think they knew them turned up and showed up and said, I knew someone that knew someone that knew them. And then a distant relative got connected in some way and came and said, actually, I want to be there too. Often we underestimate the value that we have, our life and the meaning we have, and how people will turn up and show up and contribute and recognise our worth, our value and our contribution. If we reached out, if we let ourselves be known, we have relevance, we have meaning, and we have value. We just have to have that voice, use that voice. Just a thought. Many people are brave enough to say, here I am. Many people connect in the world and find lots of people just like them. And I think if you're hearing my message, you will hear no one should ever feel isolated or alone. Relevant and relevance. It's not an exclusive term. Right? We all have purpose and meaning. We just have to see it, be open to it, and receive it. Thanks for listening. Take good care. And remember, don't be shy. Share who you are as a person. Connect with the world and with who's around you. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.